What's up, Hermes? What's poppin'? Put your headphones on, close your eyes, sit back, dip your chicken in milk, and enjoy some nice fanfics.
Geordie, or is it Toby now? Dunno. I'm writing this at 5 a.m. after an accidental mini hiatus, so apologies if it's rough. But here you go anyway. Hello! The sky was a soft shade of blue. It was a few shades darker than cotton candy, but far lighter than blueberries. Bordie supposed it sort of matched Toby's eyes. Maybe that's why she enjoyed watching the sky so much. Toby's gaze always soothed her. When her thoughts were in the wrong places, a gentle look from him could distract her. After dumb 3 arguments, his pretty blue eyes calmed the frustration climbing through her veins. She swore on her life it was magic. There was no way Toby could calm her down so easily, so quickly. Toby had melted down the fencing around her heart and replaced it with silk, tied a bow around it, and then stole it away. Toby was a thief. There was no sugarcoating it. He stole Bordie's heart, her love, her affection. He kissed her hand softly to steal her giggles, and held her close to steal her warmth. But maybe Bordie was a thief too. She had, of course, stolen Toby's heart from the get-go, and even years later had never returned it. Of course, it wouldn't have mattered. He always told her he wanted her to keep it. He knew she wouldn't do any damage. Bordie remembered all the things Toby said about her. For instance, how he never stopped talking about how there wasn't a single thing about her that he didn't adore. He admired her, looked up to her, loved her with as much as his love that he could possibly offer. Bordie cherished that. It was cheesy. From friends to lovers, the two had a relationship that, from an outsider's look, seemed to pull in right from a movie. It was too good to be true. That's what everyone said. But the two characters weren't in a romance novel, and they weren't built from lines in a script that was checked and double-checked and triple-checked. They were them, Bordie and Toby. Imperfect and flawed. They were real. "You look good, my love." Toby's voice broke through the air, his hand moving to rest on Bordie's. His back was pressed up against... His back was pressed up against a tree, hair blowing in the wind, as he intertwined his fingers with the older Bordie's lips. Whoa. With the Bordie's lips lifted into a smile as she gazed down at their hands, her light blue nails popping against Toby's own pastel pink.
I do?
She lifted her free hand to tuck a strand of hair behind her. A knowing look on her face as she locked eyes with Toby. Toby nodded. Moving his hand to rest on her cheek, he leaned in, their noses brushing as he hummed softly to a tune they both knew well.
Baby shark.
You look lovely. Bordie leaned in the rest of the way, kissing him softly. She could taste the cherry chapstick on his lips as she moved her hand to wrap around his neck, pulling him closer. They parted slowly, Bordie biting her lip as they broke into smiles. She reached over, plucking a fresh, bright sunflower out of the ground. Toby's eyes were practically glowing with affection as she tucked it behind his ear, letting her hand linger on his cheek.
And you look gorgeous.
She grinned, leaning forward to kiss his forehead.
You're even prettier than me, babe.
Toby shook his head, smiling as he rested his head on her shoulder. He pressed a soft kiss to her neck, murmuring quietly, "I can never be as pretty as you."
I think...
Bordie spoke as she gazed at the sky, her fingers running through Toby's waves.
that we're both pretty.
I think that you're right. Bordie smiled, leaning her head against the trunk of the tree. She let her eyes fall shut, taking comfort in the spring breeze.
I also think that I love you.
She could feel his smile against her neck as Toby spoke the next words, his tone gentle. Bordie, my dear. I love you too. That was beautiful.
That's so romantic. I just can't even deal. Fan stuff. He likes boys. Cradio. I feel like this doesn't count because this isn't my fan fiction, but I'm in it.
But you're mentioned in it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But this is for all those Cradio stands.
This is for all those Cradio stands, yeah. It started with a crush. Soon after meeting Toby, Bordie began to notice all the things that only fueled her growing crush on her friend. His hair, his smile, his clothes. Then they began to hang out more, and she fell harder. They were sharing her bed and watching Desperate Housewives.
Oh, hell yeah.
Equally immersed in the show, something any other guy had yet to do with her. That should have clued her in. Then, Toby asked her to come with him to get manicures. Who was she to decline? They got matching pink nails, and it should have clued her in then. Should have been clued in twice, apparently. God damn it, I'm so clueless.
Is this entire fucking fanfiction just about gay stereotypes?
I don't know. If not then, maybe later, when Toby appeared at her door, decked out in an outfit that almost looked like he'd stolen it from American Appeal mannequin. Or
Apparel.
perhaps... Fuck! American Apparel mannequin. I can't read. Or perhaps she should have clued in when he turned the volume up the moment a Lady Gaga song began to play through the stereo every time they were together. Gay icon queen. She didn't take notice. Instead, she decided she had to tell someone, so she went to Fitz. He had known Toby the longest after all. It only made sense. Can I think I'm in love with him. She sighed dreamingly, leaning onto one hand, staring at the screen in front of her, where Fitz's colourful avatar floated in the middle of the screen. I can't do a Fitz voice.
Bordie, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but...
Bordie, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but Toby's practically in love with John. He finally spoke, snapping Bordie out of her thoughts. Oh my god. I'm blind. He is! She whispered, everything clicking at once. A soft chuckle came from the man on the other end.
That was the greatest Fitz impression I've ever heard.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry, I had to be the one to tell you. It's okay. I gotta go. With that, she clicked off the call and shut off her computer. That was the day she began to notice the way that Toby paid more attention to John than he did to others. Not particularly noticeably, but he never missed a thing the other said. Then they all met up in real life again, and she took note of the times Toby leaned over to whisper something to John, and the way his eyes seemed to follow him when he thought nobody else was paying much attention. So she called him one day and brought it up. So, Toby, a little birdie told me you got a crush. She teased gently, a grin on her face.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill Fitz, I swear.
Toby mumbled, suddenly growing quite embarrassed with topic at hand. No, don't kill him. This opens up so many possibilities, Toby. You gotta talk boys with me now, she chirped, earning a quiet laugh from Toby.
You know what? That doesn't sound too bad, actually.
And I promise I won't get bored if you just go on about John for a really long time.
Hush up, Bordie. I'm hopeless.
Toby cried, an overdramatic tone to his voice. She knew he was smiling. Are you? Because I'm pretty sure I caught him staring at your ass when you weren't looking.
Bordie! Is that the end?
Yeah. What a dramatic ending. You and you and you. Matt, Bordie, Toby. I mean, it was inevitable, right? They were so close to the point people thought they were together anyways. So a snap of both Matt and Bordie kissing Toby's neck, while rather unexpected, wasn't much of a surprise to the fandom. Getting right into it, okay?
Hell yeah.
Some people were angry because of other ships, some didn't care, and others were crying with joy because of how much they supported the three of them. Now, they were pretty much the happiest couple out of anyone associated with the Gay Baby Gang label. Matt and Bordie were cuddling against Toby, holding each other close and occasionally mumbling loving words. Toby reached down and tucked some of Bordie's hair behind her ear, looking into her beautiful eyes with that signature cute smile of his on his face. After a few moments, Matt leaned up and pressed a kiss to Toby's cheek, smiling against his shoulder when he moved back down. Ooh. What?
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 I'm sure. No,
I'm sure that just meant just like resting his head back on his shoulder. It's fine. Movie nights weren't uncommon. They would put on a good film, then completely ignore it in favor of each other and fall asleep in an uncomfortable looking cuddle pile. But if they weren't doing that, they were most likely playing games together or having to put up with Matt while he was high. True. They had no problem with that, however. They rarely ever argued. It was pretty much just sunshine and rainbows. One of their more interesting dates would be when Bordie chose to put makeup on Matt and Toby. It was pretty much a disaster because Matt wouldn't sit still, but it was cute nonetheless. Bordie dabbed some eyeshadow onto Matt's left eyelid. It was pastel pink that was barely noticeable and put on very lightly. Yet Matt still shifted about and tried to wiggle away.
Sit still, love.
Toby giggled, waiting for his turn and moving over to kiss Matt's cheek.
You look so pretty so far.
His compliments were genuine. Love and laughter laced every word that left his mouth. Matt sighed and attempted to not shift about once again, closing his eyes so Bordie could continue. Fine.
Fine, I'm only doing this because I love you too.
She was finally done with Matt's look, mumbling in concentration that she loved them both too. It had a pastel vibe to it. The lipstick, the lashes, the eyeshadow, it was all light and soft. When she moved on to Toby's makeup, Toby seemed rather excited and placed himself completely still, letting Bordie do whatever she wanted to. Oh, apparently what she wanted was exactly what Toby wanted. Pink. It was all varying shades, yes, but they all suited him extremely well. The eyeshadow was bright, the lipstick was a softer color, literally everything was pink. In short, you couldn't measure the amount of love they felt for each other, even if you tried. It was heaven. Shoot, they were like really detailed with Matt's part, then when I was doing your makeup, it was
It's
pink.
like, yo, Toby did pink. It was finished.
Well done.
B had always wanted to visit the aquarium. Bordie had a little interest in the aquarium, but she was interested in B,
I'll take you to the aquarium.
said Bordie. Aww.
That's so nice.
B thought this might be a sexual innuendo, which only made her want to say yes more. Yes, she said, as she felt her cheeks flush hot with blood. When they arrived at the aquarium, to B's great disappointment, it appeared it was not a sexual innuendo. She sighed deeply, as she watched the fishes swim around innocently. Contrast to her thoughts. sighing loudly. Bordie showed her all the pretty things there, but Bee had little interest. Noticing this, Bordie winked visibly. Oh yeah,
I don't give a fuck about the aquarium.
said Bordie.
I'm saving all my ducks for you.
What does that even mean? Yay, ducks! Then they touched each other's girls' part for 5 hours! The end! Are you sure it's the end?
Part 2.
There's more.
Bordie awoke to a feeling of warmth spreading throughout her body. It was coming in waves, brought on from the dream she had of Bee delicately probing her. There was a second part, but it was a bit too full on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be saved in my wank bank.
Yeah, that is very detailed. That's probably even like more detailed than what's that book?
50 Shades of Grey?
Yes! I've never read it, so I don't know.